Welcome back. We told you today is a celebration of artists this afternoon, which is why for this week's Artist Approach, Christine Beals is still here with us this afternoon. And you may have seen her work all across town, the Lansing Art Gallery, like we mentioned, Art Path, 5 years in a row. But thanks for sticking around with us here today. But first, you've got some beautiful paintings right here with us. You have to tell us, what got you inspired to start painting?
Much like Rachel, it came from a place of trauma and healing, and it's been a big part of my life in the past 10 years.
Yeah,
yes.
And it's amazing the way kind of picking up a paintbrush, how that can really inspire us and take us out of a place
The
too.
flow state, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the work it is that you brought here today. I want everybody to really be able to get a close-up and see how amazing this work is and how detailed it is. So can you talk to me about this one that you have right here in front of you? How did the process start?
I like geometric art, and I like to use a protractor. This is called Fire and Ice. It's a kind of fashioned after a traditional quilt block.
Okay.
With texture. I'm considered mixed media. This won an award through the Mid-Michigan Art Guild for Award of Excellence.
Okay, the fact that you used a protractor. I haven't used one of those since high school. Okay, let me tell you, this is one of the best things that I think we get so inspired about listening to our artists. It's the way you guys are able to take more than just a paintbrush and paint and colors, but it's the entire piece, the way it all comes together. So what other tools do you use? Do you find yourself kind of throwing in there too?
I use masking tape, razor blades, and I make a giant mess when I paint art, yes.
A giant mess, but it becomes a masterpiece at the end.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and this will be in a guild, the Lansing Women's Art Collective at Micah Gallery for the month of May.
Awesome.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
and that's
yes.
awesome. Micah Art Gallery.
In Old Town.
Now, of course, even though the Lansing Art Gallery is closing its doors, there's a lot of different places where we can support you and a lot of our local artists. Can you tell us about a few?
Reach has Marissa Thaler there now as a solo exhibit. Nelson has Steph Joy Hogan currently. Arts Council I'm a member of. They do a lot for the artists and the arts community, so that's definitely a good place for information. Of course, these two guilds certainly support and help the artists.
That's right, and those are also just a few places where we can put our work to display, but there's also different competitions, different places we can submit our artwork. And I know, like we said, you are no stranger to Art Path, but tell us about that experience and other ways that we can really just share our art with across the entire Mid-Michigan community.
It was very special to be able to share my art in a public setting on the river trail through Art Path. I am shocked when I did shows how many people recognize my work just from being there. It was a true honor, and I'll miss it this year for sure.
Yeah, and that's how you know you're leaving an imprint on this community, truly one paintbrush stroke at a time. That is awesome. And again, of course, you can join Christine and Rachel and a lot of artists throughout this community at the reception tomorrow. We're going to have that information actually right here below on our screen. Plus, we'll have it online. But again, thank you all so much for what it is that you've done for this community and for joining us here this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, everybody, don't go anywhere just yet.